professional midwife, not a lay midwife. I completed a midwifery program with the National College of Midwifery, which is a LEAP accredited program, and received my credential in 2011. I currently hold a Louisiana license and have practiced in the state of Mississippi for greater than 10 years. Today I want to highlight for the committee how HB 284 meets the educational requirements supported by the American College of Nurse Midwives, as well as the education and regulation standards of the International Confederation of Midwives, which are endorsed by the American Congress of OB/GYNs. Over the past 3 years, members of 7 different national midwifery organizations met to identify ways to assure that all midwives practicing in the U.S. reach the standards of the International Confederation of Midwives. These meetings resulted in an educational requirement for all states working toward licensure for CPMs that by 2020, all licensed midwives must have completed an accredited education. Experienced midwives who completed a non-accredited midwifery program are required to complete 50 additional accredited CEUs known as the Midwifery Bridge Certificate. In addition to meeting these educational requirements, HB 284 meets all of the ICN standards of regulation of midwives, which are relevant to the practice of midwives in the United States. Legalizing midwives allows them to practice freely in homes, which meets the first ICM regulation standard. An independent board of midwifery with the majority of midwives meets several ICM standards that midwives should be self-governing and self-regulating. The board includes 2 consumer members, which meets the standard. The consumer should be represented on the regulatory body. Including the bridge certificate meets the standard that there should be educational transition when increasing midwifery levels of competency.
Time. Anyone have questions for Mrs. Tullis?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the cost of using a midwife compared to going to an established hospital system?
Midwifery fees are going to vary from individual practitioner to practitioner and state to state. But I would say in our area, an average fee is going to be between $3,000 and $5,000 for the whole package of care: prenatal care, birth, postpartum care, and of course the midwife comes to you for the birth.
Now, in states where this is legal, is it covered by insurance?
Can't answer for all states. I trained in the state of Florida, and yes, you could be covered, even Medicaid covered in Florida. Yes, ma'am.
How far are you willing to travel to do that?
I travel 4 hours.
4 hours. But you can serve underserved areas
Rural
for
areas
hospitals.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
I have a question about the educational requirement. You were touching a little bit on that. Kind of give us some bullet points on what your educational requirements are compared to the certified nurse midwives that the other people use.
My understanding is the CNM has an undergraduate degree in nursing, and then she's gone on to receive a master's in nurse midwifery. This enables her to practice under obstetrician supervision, with hospital privileges, prescriptive authority, etc. A MEAC accredited program, which is the route that I took, is an undergraduate degree in and of itself. And you're specifically trained in our hospital setting, and that's what the big difference is. No, we don't have supervisory positions, but if I was able to continue to read, I had mentioned the need for collaborating with physicians. It's an ideal situation. The 2 worlds have to come together. But our educational process is very suitable for the care that we provide in the setting that we provide. The internship, it's 3 to 5 year program, undergraduate, and I drove back and forth to a freestanding birth center in this whole of Florida because I can't practice, I can't find a clinical setting here. I work in Mississippi and have for a long time where it's legal. I obtained a license in Louisiana where I've never lived. I lived all 54 years right here. And yet they will license me as with the under Louisiana State Board of Medical Examiners. Statistics are fine.
So I assume we don't have these training programs in Alabama.
We do not.
So
It's
how
not
many
legal.
across the nation are there, or where are they?
Answer how many. The one I attended, the National College of Midwifery, is a legal accredited school, and it's in Tyrus, New Mexico. did on the didactic work online, and I had to have both an academic preceptor and a clinical preceptor.
So you did your work online, and did you go somewhere for clinical?
Principal, I drove back and forth for 4 years.
For New Mexico?
No, I live here.
Okay. Oh, you did the online, you did the online in New Mexico?
Right, the school is there, you do the online program, just like you would a nursing program online, but you have to have a clinical preceptor and clinical site to learn
So
all of
what happened in your, I'm curious about your clinical experience, how long did you have clinical experience, or did you do a certain number of births, or how?
It's all numbers, mine was about 4 years. It depends on the volume of the preceptor that you are studying under, how long it takes to get through the program. And the school will tell you it's a 3 to 5 year process, depending on the volume of the preceptor you're working under. Mine was about 4 years, so it's right up in the middle. It's all numbers, everything has to be supervised, everything has to be signed off. There's mounds of paperwork, it's just, CPMs are not lay midwives, there's just a huge difference.
Did you have another lay midwife, or as your preceptor, or what was the credentialing of the person?
No,
who
a
was
lay
your-
midwife can't supervise somebody.
And so who was that person, or?
It's a certified professional midwife who is licensed in the state of Florida. Just like I'm a CPM licensed in the state of Louisiana,
So you could be a preceptor
I
for?
certainly can, and I am. Two students currently.
How many births